And welcome to GP News, your daily F1 news. Good morning to you. And well, as you can see, Carlos Sainz is very much the man in Mexico, at least on the Saturday, because he's qualified on a pole position alongside the perhaps soon-to-be four-time world champion Max Verstappen. Well done, Carlos Sainz. So he is quite happy, and he said he found something extra with the F1 tyres as a key part to hit what was a very good pole position. He said himself it's extremely difficult with how much sliding there is, but today, honestly, my two Q3 laps were pretty much identical and almost perfect. That's something he said to his engineer, two laps, when they mentioned great lap. And he goes on to say, I just put two really solid laps in Q3 for pole, and I'm very happy because that is not normally the case around Mexico with how tricky it is. He said, especially on my side, in terms of qualifying, we've been trying to find something extra with tyre preparation, and it seems we're going in the right direction. Absolutely they are. You just need to look at what happened at the US Grand Prix. So in terms of qualifying, here's your grid. Carlos Sainz, Verstappen, third is Norris, Leclerc, fifth is Russell, then Hamilton, Magnussen, then Gasly, Albon in the top 10, and then Hülkenberg, being out-qualified by Magnussen again. Tsunoda 11th, he had a whoopsie-daisy and a crash, stopping people like Lawson in 12th, Alonso in 13th, and Stroll in 14th, getting better. 15th, well done Bottas for making Q2. Who didn't make Q2 is Colapinto. Sad, but surprising, Oscar Piastri. Not good enough, got his first time deleted and then not quick enough. Sergio Perez, just not quick enough. 19th, Ocon, and last but not least is Zhou. So, not bad at all. Now, interestingly, the last 8 pole sitters for not the Mexican Grand Prix, but for this season, have all been Ferrari and McLaren. No Max Verstappen. Moving on, Norris is facing question marks ahead of the Mexican Grand Prix. So Norris said, none of us have done proper long runs on the tyres we're going to be on tomorrow, as in the race. There are question marks for all of us, but Ferrari has been very good in quali and long runs over the last couple of races. It's going to be tough, but we're in a good position, so looking forward to it. And Ferrari are in a good position. But to be fair, so's Lando from starting third. He has got a very good slipstream. Could he get into the lead going into that first corner? But let's talk about one McLaren driver's fortunes. Very much the opposite for the other. Piastri slates his very poor mistake that led to his Q1 exit. Yeah, he said, I just went off in turn 12, got beached on the curb there, and that was it. My lap was easily going to be enough, so it's very frustrating to make the mistake. I lost about a second. It's very tricky, but I don't think today was it down to being tricky. I just made a very poor mistake, he said. And that was it. We had a similar kind of position for Lando last year, so I'll do my homework on how he got through the field and try and do the same. I think Lando finished 5th from quite far back. Verstappen expresses shock after what he considers to be a rescue for his Mexican qualifying. He said, yesterday I didn't do any laps, so we were playing catch-up, and FP3 was not very good, so I was already under a lot of pressure to have a good qualifying. My lap was taken away, this is in Q3, so it added a lot of pressure, but I'm very happy to be on the front row. I honestly did not expect that to be possible. It's one of the hardest tracks to get right. It's very easy to have a lock-up or a slide and the tyres overheat, so it's one of the trickiest ones on the calendar. Well done, Max Verstappen, but once again, kind of like Lando Norris, Max Verstappen's teammate didn't fare well. He said, I just cannot stop the car. After what was his 5th F1 exit of 2024, and sadly at his home Grand Prix. Perez said himself, it was very difficult to stop the car. I just couldn't get on top of it. I couldn't stop the car soon enough, and I just put too much energy into the tyres at braking, and that was the main issue for me. It's been very similar for the rest of the weekend. I just cannot stop the car, and I'm struggling along with that part of the phase, going into low speed. Sad times. Can he come through? Can he come through to win? That's going to be the issue. We hope he can, but there we go. So, Tsunoda triggers a Mexico red flag qualifying. As we mentioned, he did have a whoopsie-daisy, but that's pretty much it for your news going into the Mexican Grand Prix. You know the grid. Who is going to win? Well, let's hope for an absolutely mega Grand Prix. Thank you very much. This has been GP News. Stay safe, and we'll speak to you soon.